Everything we believe that happened, that Diddy did to him, when he says, I have him in custody for the next 48 hours, and we're doing some things that we can't really be talking about to everybody, right? And
make sure you guys like and subscribe for more creepy TikToks.
What's happening? Who are you trying to find?
A ghostie.
A ghost?
Yeah, a ghostie.
But weren't you just trying to find Reagan?
Yeah.
Where do you think she is?
Reagan is the ghostie.
Reagan is the ghost?
Yeah, Reagan is the ghostie.
Well, what's a ghost's face look like? What are we doing? What did that mean?
I hate that ghost.
You hear that ghost?
Yeah. And they think that ghost.
Okay. I'll be right there, Reagan.
I do feel like spirits take advantage of impressionable people or people in vulnerable states. That way they can get away with anything that they're doing, because then nobody will really believe them. Because obviously if a kid says, oh, there's a ghost, nobody's gonna believe them. And obviously if someone seems like they're in a paranoid state, nobody's really gonna believe that. So
everything we believe that happened, that Diddy did to him, when he says, I have him in custody for the next 48 hours, and we're doing some things that we can't really be talking about to everybody, right? And he's years old. And then the next time Diddy runs into him, he says, hey, how come you haven't called me lately? You don't call me back. And he says, well, I've just been busy, but my number changed. I don't have your new number. You can tell Bieber is scared. And then it goes to a couple months ago when Diddy pulls up to Bieber, Rob. I don't know if you have this clip. Look at it. Boom, boom.
Head down, padding, making sure his chest doesn't have a wire. Yeah.
If, say, Justin's your son, you find out this happened to your son, what do you do about it?
It's a factual thing.
He tells you. What do you do about it?
Me, serious, I'm going to Diddy. Me personally, I'm going to go, what? I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. Adam, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life because I'm going to find him and I'm going to with my bare hands.
He says the footage was taken by his mum's security camera. And in the video, his brother can be seen putting a Christmas tree into the boot of the car, so that he could drive it to his house later on. But while doing so, the camera captures something undeniably chilling. A creepy pale figure can be seen moving behind the trees in the background before slowly disappearing as it goes down. Then, a few seconds afterwards, when the man tries to close the car door, what looks like two hands can be seen trying to reach out from underneath the car, one after the other, as if they were trying to grab him while he was standing next to the door.
I really don't know what that is, but it does not look like a human. It looks like some sort of creature, because as you could tell, he just walks over and then bends down and kind of disappears. And then you could see the hands come out from under the car trying to grab him. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen no person able to do that so fast. But who knows whether this is real or not. If it is real, that's actually terrifying. And just make sure you guys pay attention to your surroundings and be aware and stay safe.
A man's Ring camera notified him someone was outside, but as he checks, he sees this. User Abel from Texas explains that just by his backyard, there's an eerie looking house that's been abandoned for years. Every time he got close to the house, he couldn't help the feeling like someone's watching him. Now it's late at night when his surveillance cameras make a shocking discovery. What looks like a little girl in white can be seen walking by the abandoned house's yard. Given the time this was taken and it being pitch dark outside, the man believes he captured the spirit of the girl who once lived in that house.
I feel like that does have to be some sort of spirit or entity, because as you could tell, it was pitch black and that was a night vision camera that picked it up, which means that there was something there. There had to be something that walked by, and obviously no young person is walking through someone's backyard in the middle of the night. So, I mean, there's no real other explanation, but you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions.
Are you sincerely trying to save the world?
Well, I'm trying to do good things.
But you're trying to do good things and you're a billionaire. I mean,
yeah.
that seems a little bit like either superhero or supervillain. You have to choose one. You sincerely think that we should go to Mars, like that men and women should go to Mars.
Yeah.
Why do we want to go to Mars? It's uninhabitable.
That's true.
It is. Like, you have to be in like domes and everything.
Initially? Yes.
Really? How long before we could turn Mars into someplace where we could live?
It is a fixer-upper of a planet. So first, you're going to have to live in transparent domes, but eventually you can transform Mars into an Earth-like planet.
How would you do that?
Just warm it up. If you
with
want,
a blanket or with what? How would you warm Mars up?
There's the fast way and the slow way.
Okay. Give me the fast way.
The fast way is drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
You're a supervillain. That's what a supervillain does.
Yeah.
Now, this next video was submitted to me by Alicia B, who recorded something that's left her pretty spooked. The whole incident took place at around 11 p.m. as Alicia recorded from inside her car. She was picking up her boyfriend from work like she usually does, only this time, something catches her attention, prompting her to film this moment. In the distance is a motel like any other motor lodge. It's a basic motel with not much activity going on, or at least it seems like that, because as Alicia looks closely, she sees this.
Bro, focus. That's it, right? Ah! What the? Bro. What the?
Having no clue as to what she was seeing, Alicia couldn't help but gasp. It was obvious that her eyes weren't playing tricks on her after seeing it more than once. A dark silhouette continuously appears and disappears as if flickering out of existence. This shadow, or whatever this might have been, just flashes momentarily before the video ends. Understandably, Alicia sends this footage in the hopes of getting an answer to her question. Just what exactly was caught on camera? Whether ghost or not, a definitive answer has yet to be given.
I don't think that's a shadow. I think it's the curtain that's moving that looks like a shadow, but I'm not really too sure because in some clips it does look like a shadow, but in other clips, if you look closely, you can kind of see the curtain fly, which is still weird because why is that happening?
So this is definitely a bad idea, and I'm sure things will get worse after this. And about 2 weeks later, that's exactly what happens.
I should never fucked with that Ouija board.
Many objects can be seen moving by themselves. And if you notice as one of the scenes changes, you can see this creepy image of what looks like a dark shadow figure. Nick says he's not that good at editing, so he took a picture against his camera to make a black scene to use as a transition between clips. But somehow, this creepy picture ended up being there instead. A few days later, he arrives home from work and discovers a book on the floor. As he picks it up, he notices something quite disturbing. Watch closely.
I came home from work, and this was on the floor, in the living room. My wife picked these books up from some house that was giving away free shit. But when I picked it up, it automatically wanted to open to this page. Like as if somebody looked at this page a lot or something. And I noticed these 3 burn lines in it. But look what's in the middle.
As he picked up the book, it seemed to open onto a specific page that had some parts of it burnt, and in between the burned words was the word hell. Judging by this, it sounds like whatever is haunting the place is implying that it's evil and demonic. So perhaps Nick accidentally welcomed something even worse into his house through that Ouija board. Or maybe this was always there to begin with. Unfortunately, things might get even worse. After discovering the strange transition picture in his video, he then goes to look at the source file and realizes that it's actually a horrifying video that he has no recollection of. A video with what looks like a person standing in the dark can be seen. Nick is terrified to find this on his device. He says he never took this video and doesn't know how it got there. At first he thought it was somehow a video of him, but some viewers suggest that it's another entity mimicking him, or possibly even worse. Either way, it's definitely bad news.
As you guys know, I do not condone the use of Ouija boards or any sort of thing like that. It's dangerous and there's nothing good to come out of it. I get a lot of people are curious and think it's not real, but I wouldn't even try it if I were you. So y'all be safe out there. And these occurrences afterwards obviously are not coincidental because he just started playing with that. And now all of a sudden he has a bunch of weird things happening. And it does seem to be something demonic because as you could tell, the word that was in the book, I'm not going to say it because, you know, yeah, y'all just be safe out there, stay blessed, and don't play with Ouija boards.
Hello, horror fam. This video is definitely strange and mysterious. It was recorded within the Mexican Republic, and it is said that these are a group of friends listening to music outside the house of one of them, but it seems that they never realized that something was watching them in the dark. Right behind one of them, dressed in a hooded cloak or top, is a mysterious figure peeking out at the group from the darkness. Nobody at that moment realized his presence, not even the one who was taking the video. Who is this hooded figure, this sinister specter with a gothic appearance, a figure that we cannot identify and whose intentions leave us with chills? It terrifies people to think about what it could mean. Was she or he there with a malicious intention, or does his or her presence announce something worse? The uncertainty of his or her nature is what creeps into people's fears.
I would say, how did they not notice that? But maybe it was something that wasn't seen by them, but picked up by the camera, because sometimes that's the case. But I'm sorry if I look back at that and I seen that, I would be terrified for the rest of my life, because that is actually insane. But y'all be safe out there. Make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings, because you never know, it could be near you, behind you.
Man was hiking alone at night and found this strange man. This is what happens when you go to cheap hotels. Looks like the ghost is tempted for one. Strange creature caught by the surveillance camera. Luckily, no one was home.
I really hope these people get away from these environments because, bro, if I seen that thing, I would be terrified. And I'm really hoping this is fake because if something like that is out there, we're doomed. So y'all just make sure there's no weird looking creatures wandering around your backyard or in your window. So.
The FBI discovered a tunnel this morning that the rapper had made in his home, which connected to the basement of a former Michael Jackson home. The FBI was called to the scene after an anonymous tip from neighbors reporting something strange happening since Diddy's arrest. When the agents arrived, they were greeted by his team, who seemed very nervous. They tried to block the officer's entrance, but the agents insisted and decided to search him when they entered his room. They noticed that the floor near the bed looked like it had been recently disturbed. One of the officers then moved the bed to the side. That's when they made an unbelievable discovery, an entrance covered only by a rug. Intrigued, the officers decided to go down into the passage. However, the team tried desperately to stop them, begging them not to enter the tunnel. But the officers continued anyway. The walls of the tunnel looked newly built, as if abandoned in a hurry. As they went deeper, the officers found strange items on the floor, such as children's clothing. The atmosphere grew heavier with each step, and the officers began to feel a terrible sense of foreboding coming from the end of the tunnel. When they finally reached the tunnels, what they saw shocked everyone, and they immediately called for backup. You won't believe the horrific sight they found. Comment Diddy for part 2.
You know, in these wild parties. And if you got a wild party and P. Diddy puts on that wild party and, you know, he sets everybody up. Like if you were an intelligence agent, you know, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose.
And get the cameras
Get them the
rolling.
yayo. Get them the yayo.
And everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps.
Or a store manager watches footage of something that happened earlier while sounding pretty nervous. He immediately ran to his computer to pull up the video and save it, just in case no one believes him. Something happened as he was unpacking boxes, and he knows that he caught it on camera. In fact, many things happen in this footage, but it's what happens towards the end of the video that terrifies him greatly. Ever since then, he's been watching his back, hoping that it doesn't happen again. The following is the store manager's footage. Watch.
Single night. I dislike putting things away from the box. All right, now watch. I want you guys to focus on this area right here. Okay? Hold on, let me speed this up a bit.
They haven't got the first clue on how to use it.
All right, watch.
If you have the doctrine right and you stow it on a shelf in your closet and do not pull that doctrine out.
Boom, you see that?
What good does that
I'm gonna get back here for you guys, give you a better view. Look at that. And I'm just like tripping, like, what? Okay, but pay attention to this area right here.
I can grant that they
Watch.
they could teach justification correctly. But so what? It's not what I asked you.
Is that you? Look, I'm here by myself. Nobody's here. It's just me. See that? Come out. I'm not afraid of you. Is that you that threw down the box earlier? Come on out. You don't scare me. Come on out, pussy. Always trying to mess with me. Oh! Oh, shit. No. Hell no. No. Where am I now? Look, there I am, right there. Look, you see that? You see that? Nah. Nah. Hell no.
As if the store manager wasn't already spooked, this happens. Recorded by the camera pointing at the side entrance of the store is this: the manager's hair lifting on its own, or better put, getting tugged by something unseen. It's the sudden yank on his hair that sends him running in a panic frenzy, making him think that someone was messing with him. But upon watching the security footage of this incident, he sees that no one was behind him. If no one was there, then whose forceful pull did he feel? While some viewers believe that this might have been the ghost he was calling out, others don't know what to think. To the manager, however, he knows exactly what this was and believes it's the same entity that's been messing with his store. But of course, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Was a ghost caught on camera? Or had something else happened to explain this incident? Let me know what you think down below.
There is honestly no reasonable explanation as to what just happened. I feel like that is some sort of spirit or entity, because there's no possible way he could have faked his hair being grabbed like that. Like, yeah, you could say the boxes was a coincidence. You could see this camera angle. Something clearly went and reached for the back of his head and pulled his hair. There's nothing on this earth that could have done that. A lot of people could say it's staged, whatever, but I really think that's next to impossible. Yeah, y'all just be safe out there. Stay blessed, because you never really know what could be lurking out there, especially like this guy's just at work. Like, it's not even like he's in the dark. Yeah, he's there when there's no one there, but still, this is a very strange occurrence, so this could happen anywhere, so be careful.
Inside an airplane is an employee who's recording a video showing what he does in a typical workday. As part of a cleaning crew, his main job is to clean planes that have just landed. This is something that he often does at night, especially with planes that are big enough to hold the most trash. But one night, he decides to do something different. Rather than leaving the plane that he just cleaned, he stays behind. Usually, a cabin cleaner moves on to clean the next aircraft. But seeing that his work was done and that no passengers would board the plane for a while, he stays. Purely for the fun of it, he does this. But this experience was anything but fun, because as he hides in the back of the plane, this happens.
Let's go. Now, I know I'm not dumb enough to lift those shades up because I got my flash on in here. They gonna catch my ass if they see. Listen. I ain't gonna lie to y'all though, it's mad cold in here. And it's dark. I mean, I know it doesn't look that dark on the camera, but it's dark. Let's go! Let's go! Right, sitting on the back of the plane. And y'all probably think I'm insane. Probably think I'm doing this for fame. Probably think I'm doing this for fame.
Caught off guard, he walks over to see if anyone's there, but to his shock, the space is completely empty. Somehow, the seatbelt flings out towards the aisle in a sudden motion, without there being someone on the seat. It seemingly throws itself as if unbuckled by a passenger who's eager to get off the plane. Whatever it was that just happened scared the living daylights out of him, so much so that he scurries back to his hiding spot in the back of the plane. Hours pass, and he gets off the plane after personnel finds him inside. All in all, this experience has left him so rattled that he continues to share updates talking about this incident and mentioning how he should have stayed out of this plane. It goes without saying, but this incident has spooked him beyond belief.
Clearly this is some sort of spirit or entity because there's nobody on this plane with him. It's him by himself. So there's no other reasonable explanation as to what this could have been. I mean, he kind of asked for it. Why are you going on the plane by yourself? Like, I get it. It's cool. But still, like, you're just asking for things like this to happen. And then there's obviously no one there to witness it or help you because now you're trapped on the plane by yourself. But that's why y'all got to be safe out there and don't go on a plane with nobody else on it.
Something kept waking him up. Then one night, he sees it outside. A man from Dominican Republic has been documenting his experience while living in a small house on a graveyard. Two things moving on their own and hearing voices. Carlos endured these
Miren,
events.
señores, miren. Me siento como que no sé, como que hay algo raro en mi habitación hoy. Por favor, necesito que me ayuden hoy, sí.
That is until one night, while hearing something moving around the graveyard, he captures this.
¿Vieron lo que sale de ahí? Miren. Esos son. Wow.
Carlos notices a strange creature emerging from the grave as they seem to be eating something. The creatures notice Carlos watching them as some of them go back inside and flee. Just what exactly did Carlos capture coming in and out of the tombs? Let me know what you think.
Honestly, what are you expecting when you live on a graveyard? Like, I understand, yes, everybody needs a place to live, but at what cost is living on a graveyard? You just seen something rise from the grave, munching on something on the ground, and you're gonna continue to live there. Like, at that point, I would really just have to go figure something else out, because imagine waking up in the middle of the night, you know, taking a nice little sip of that 3 a.m. water, and then you just see some zombies in your backyard. Like, that is actually terrifying. But y'all just be safe out there and make sure there's no creatures in your backyard that are munching something on the ground.
This is why you shouldn't play games with it. A man named Yera from Mexico explains that ever since he played a game called Baby Blue Blue Baby Alone in the Mirror, something attached itself to him.
Tengo que decir Baby Blue 13 veces y después se me va a aparecer un bebé o una niña o no sé qué pedo. Pero algo se aparece. Así que vamos a dar. Venga. Baby Blue, Blue Baby. Baby Blue, Blue Baby. Verga, güey.
One night, as Jet is closing shift with another co-worker, he turns off services for the night, but as he does, whatever's following him pays him a visit.
¿Qué es esa madre?
As they turn everything off from a dark room, the phone begins to ring, as if something's luring him to go downstairs.
There's a new scary Simpsons theory that I see.
What is it?
And
What
you
is it?
know that the Simpsons predict a lot.
Yeah.
So, but the Simpsons, it's a new episode. In 2024, they predicted it. So in season 24, episode 9, Homer Simpson is in a bunker and he's preparing for like a doomsday thing with Marge. And she's like, they're setting up all the rice, all the beans, because they're like, we don't know how long this is going to take place.
Yeah.
And then over Springfield, the solar storm happens. Electricity is gone. Wi-Fi is gone. They have to live in that bunker. The scientists have said recently. And they said that we're going to experience a solar storm, aka internet apocalypse. We don't know where it ends, but you know what I mean? We don't know who decides that, right? But they've been saying that the sun has been getting super active and they've been finding holes, super big holes in the sun that have been causing these these solar storms in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
This is in 2024, fam, and it's happening right now.
Damn, so they predict that.
We don't know. It hasn't happened yet, but you know how they predict
No,
stuff.
because yo, you heard what happened like recently? Just 10 of the most known billionaires have bought bunkers.
So a little while ago, we spoke about the P. Diddy situation and we talked about the charges and everything that this guy has. But in the comments, I noticed a lot of people mentioning other names and a lot of people being confused. And if you're one of those people that are confused, I'm going to explain that too, so buckle in. But before we get into it, I just want to say everything I'm going to say has not been confirmed true in any way, shape or form. It's simply a conspiracy theory and I want you to use your critical thinking skills yourself to determine whether you believe it's true or not. I am simply just telling you why the internet is losing its shit. Okay, good. Anyway, so P. Diddy was arrested in September, and because he's been arrested, he has a list of names that have been released to the public. Now, this list of names is not people that attended the freak-offs, as we spoke about before. These are people that attended possible parties or that have just been mentioned. And two names that have been mentioned are Beyonce and Jay-Z, and people have took this and ran with it. And the reason for this is because the internet believed that these two were involved in these freak-offs and a lot more darker stuff. And I guess this is because Beyonce has been known as like the powerhouse of the Illuminati like for years. Ever since she's been a pop star, she has been associated with like the devil, I guess. I don't know why that is, but it's a thing. And people believe that these two were involved in so much more than we know. And the internet has theorized that the three of them, P. Diddy included, have worked together to kind of keep Beyonce on top, if you will. Which one of them includes the death of pop singer Aaliyah, who was kind of gaining popularity around the same time as Beyonce, and she ended up tragically passing away in a plane. As well as another hip-hop singer known as Left Eye, who was also tragically in an accident. I can cover both of these stories in more detail if that's something you want to hear about. But for some reason, the internet believes that this was because of Beyonce. I don't know how it got to that from the P. Diddy situation, but this is what it's about. I know. Now, again, the list of names that have been released, I would take with a grain of salt, because I don't know where it's come from or who it's been released by, but it doesn't really confirm anything. Because Diddy also hosted regular parties that people could have attended and genuinely had no idea what was going on behind closed doors. But yeah, the internet's lost its mind, and that's why.
Listen to this about P. Diddy. Apparently, the night Biggie was P. Diddy and some others whose names aren't disclosed, allegedly, put a sticker on the tire of the car that Biggie was in, right? So that they could distinguish between which car was Biggie's and the other cars that were there when he was assassinated. So just watch this clip, then I'll explain.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he... It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse.
So apparently the reason for marking the car was that Diddy knew which car not to enter. Not only this, but most of Biggie's crew died from heart attacks, except for Kim. So 3 of those guys passed away from heart attacks.
The year 2024 is considered the worst year in history in terms of weather and economic crisis as it is the time. And the predictions from a mysterious time traveler about the weird upcoming events in 2024 make everything even crazier. Save this and come back if they prove to be true. On April 13th, ocean waters turned black for a week and many unknown sea creatures wash up on shore. On May 27th, the Second American Civil War begins as Texas secedes from the country, followed by other states. It will eventually lead to an all-out war with involvement from other countries in nuclear weapons. On August 8th, massive versions of over 40 mysterious species are discovered in a secret part of the Amazon rainforest. On September 19th, the first ever Category 6 hurricane occurs on the U.S. East Coast. On October 25th, a very famous musician comes out and reveals that he had faked his death. Everyone will know who he is. He is known as a legend of his time and will be even more famous than Taylor Swift.
Have you heard about the Russian sleep experiment? I don't know if it's true or not, but it's extremely scary. In 1940, Soviet Russia, there was an experiment was done on 5 prisoners of war. Theses prisoners were locked inside a chamber that was filled with gas that stopped them from being able to sleep for an entire month. In the first few days, not much happened. As the days passed, things took a very shocking turn. On the 9th day, one of the prisoners began screaming repeatedly until his vocal cords eventually gave out. The other prisoners then blocked the 2 chamber windows. This kept the researchers in the dark about what was taking place inside. After the 15th day of the experiment, the researchers thought it would be a good idea to turn off all the gas that had been entering the chamber the past few days. What the researchers found like a real-life nightmare. They discovered that the prisoners had self-inflicted mutilations. However, they were somehow still all alive and pleading for the sleep like tired zombies, preventing gas to be turned on again.
Manches. Hoy. Agua, Naomi, Hoy. Natalia Campos, gracias por tu donación, amiga. Dios te bendiga. Uy. Naomi está arriba de la troca, Naomi.
No digas.
Naomi.
No manches.
Naomi.
No te pases de lanza.
Mira cómo se viene la bruma de allá, mira.
Está arriba. No manches, pa. Ahí está.
Vente. Bájate de ahí.
Bájate de ahí.
Bájate de ahí.
¡Ey!
Mira.
¡Ey!
Acércate. Oye, ¿cómo le hace? Mira, ahí lo trae, Naomi. Ahí trae. Algo trae ahí. Mira. Ven.
Aguas.
Ven, Naomi. Ahí está, Naomi, ahí está. Mira. Te estoy diciendo, Naomi. Mira cómo le hace. Ahí lo trae, mira la cara. Mira, no mames. Naomi, ¿qué es esa madre, Naomi? Mira.
No manches.
Mira.
¡Ey! ¡Bájate de ahí!
Mira.
No manches, papá.
Mira, no te pases de lanza. Mira los ojos.
¡Ey!
No mames, vean eso.
No te pases. Dios de mi vida.
No mames, ¿qué hacemos, Naomi? No mames, no podemos.
No manches, papá. Aguas. ¡Ey!
No manches, vean. Vean eso. No manches.
¡Ey!
Mira. Oye, ¿cómo le hace?
No manches, vete.
Oye.
No manches.
Ve. Bájate de ahí. Mira.
Bájate de ahí.
Descalza, Naomi. Padre nuestro que estás en
el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre.
Venga a nosotros tu reino.
Hágase, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden.
Mira.
La tentación, líbranos y guárdanos de todo mal. Amén.
Mira. No mames. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué es esa madre?
I really don't know what this thing is. It does look like some sort of evil lady. She's laughing like a goat. I don't know why. It's just very off. The situation's very off. I don't know what she's doing there in the middle of the night. I really have no reasonable explanation for this, but if you guys know more about this, let me know in the comments because I'm really interested to know what this is or what this could be so I don't end up in this situation, because if I was out with my family in the middle of the night and there's some random creature laughing on my car, I'm crashing out. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots, and we're gonna be on to the next one.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, you will tell it. I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more creepy TikToks.
Breaking news. The list of 15 celebrities who attended Diddy's wild parties has finally been exposed, and it's shaking up Hollywood, and especially some of your favorite celebrities who were too close to Diddy to intense things. Buckle up, everyone. Here's a throwback to a 2000 photo of him with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez. Exclusive news from the Daily Mail reveals new footage of Sean Diddy Combs at one of his iconic white parties in the Hamptons. In the clip obtained by Daily.com, the 54-year-old Diddy, champagne glass in hand, commands the crowd like a host with a mission, saying, We fed you all, we gave you drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is the real white party. Diddy is known for throwing all kinds of bashes. White parties, black parties, you name it. From 1998 to 2009, he hosted over 100 extravagant events, each drawing in a star-studded lineup that included Leonardo DiCaprio, Mariah Carey, Tommy Lee, Kevin Hart, and more. The Daily Mail also shared some other pics that might not fly on TikTok, so if you want to see them, hit like, follow, and DM me for the exclusive.
Guys, this is just a quick update because I gotta get to work, but when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
There's honestly no reasonable explanation as to why this chair did this. A lot of people could say, oh, maybe he had a string on it, but I don't think it couldn't move like that. It wouldn't move the way that it did and take the path that it did if there was some sort of string attached to it. As you could tell, the kitchen has a little bit of a curve to it, so it kind of had to go around rather than go straight. So that's why I do feel like maybe this is some real occurrence. If I woke up in the middle of the night and I seen that on the camera, I would probably be moving out of that house. So
Yo tenía días que no se ponía a jugar con esa cosa. Y ahorita que entré otra vez lo vi que está ahí en chinga. Lo voy a acercar para que vean de lo que todos dicen que imanes y no sé qué. Estoy prácticamente enfrente de él. No hay nada. Como habían dicho. Ni tampoco hay nadie de aquel lado.
I would say this is fake, but there's nobody down there, and if you know how those toys work, you really do need to pull it for it to move like that. So that's why I do feel like there is something really pulling on it or grabbing it, which is very disturbing. And I don't know, there's something demonic about toys to me. Like, I just feel like there's something off about like toys from when we were kids, because I don't know, they just have like some creepy look to them, if that makes sense. But
look, what if I told you every celebrity you've ever known, from musicians to actors to politicians, isn't real? They're all characters. Hollywood is way more advanced than they let on. We're not just talking about makeup or CGI. We're talking about full-blown identity fabrication on a scale that would blow your mind. Every celebrity is just a role played by an elite group of actors using crazy advanced Hollywood techniques. I mean, think about it. Makeup artists, voice coaches, body doubles, deepfakes. Hollywood's had this tech for decades. They can make anyone look like anyone. What you think is a celebrity's natural appearance, it's a costume. They're trained to play roles, not just in movies, but in life. This whole thing is to control us, man. Celebrities influence how we think, what we wear, what we care about. They're there to sell ideas, lifestyles, keep us distracted from real problems. And when their character expires, whether through scandal, old age, or even deletes, those actors just take on a new role. Some of the biggest names today could have been playing different characters for decades. You ever notice how when one big pop star fades out of the spotlight, another one who looks suspiciously similar pops up? Like, where did that person come from? They're always just there. What if they didn't fade away? They just switched characters. Some of the biggest celebrity deletes in history, they weren't real. They just are tired, those characters, and those actors went on to play different roles. Hollywood has been using prosthetics, body doubles, and now even AI for years. But the real secret, they've perfected face and voice changing technology. We're talking micro implants that can change vocal tone, advanced bodysuits to alter physical appearance, and even psychological conditioning to make the actor believe they are the character. This stuff is beyond anything we've seen publicly. They've got this down to a science, man. Entire studios exist just to train these elite actors in multiple celebrity roles. These people live entire lives as different celebrities, flipping between roles depending on what the industry needs at the time. If you look at the way these celebrity lives unfold, how perfectly timed their rises and falls are, how eerily similar some of them look and sound, you can't help but wonder. There's something way bigger going on in Hollywood than we're being told.
I forgot about the time that Diddy adopted this random girl off of the street, and a lot of people are angry at what Diddy does at the end.
I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man, so then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Just clarify, because it's crazy out here online. So we play with the kids, and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that. Just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So.
6 months.
Up and down here. And I mean, you can't really. That's freaky stuff right there, man. It's creepy. So that door always swings wide open and it stays open. It doesn't ever close, stay like that. Oh, there you go. Let go of it.
I really don't understand why people investigate things like this when there's clearly something dark and demonic down there. This thing was slamming the door very loud. So y'all be safe out there, stay blessed, and stay away from any dark energy because that's not good.
A man was out camping alone in the woods somewhere in Indonesia, attempting to sleep the whole night there, but unfortunately, he is abruptly woken up to some disturbing sounds outside his tent. This is what he caught.
Siapa kamu? Hei. Siapa kamu? Halo. Masih seperti ada yang minta tolong teman-teman, kayak nangis. Itu tadi tangan siapa teman-teman? La ilaha illallah, kecil sekali. Sepertinya seperti cakar. Subhanallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Apa itu? Tikus ya? Kamu jangan meneror aku ya. Apa ya teman-teman? Itunya jatuh. Seperti bunyi itu kesenggol tikus ya. Jangan-jangan kesenggol tikus ya. Astagfirullahaladzim, benar ada yang nangis. Siapa itu? Hei.
After hearing some wailing sounds, he looks around outside the tent and finds nobody there. So he decides to go back to sleep inside. Then a few minutes later, he hears something far worse. Once again, he checks the surrounding area and found nobody there. So he retreats back to his tent, and things quickly take a horrifying turn.
Kok seperti ada sesuatu sih, apa ya? Perasaan aku aja apa kali ya? Seperti ada yang aneh loh teman-teman. Astagfirullahaladzim, la ilaha illallah. Di mana kamu? Astagfirullahaladzim, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Kamu.
What looks like a woman can be seen just...
Okay, this has to be one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. I know I say that a lot, but bro, that was no girl crying. Bro, do you see the fingers on that thing? That thing's hand was the size of my face, and it was just clawing down this dude's tent. Like, why was he still there? How do you go to sleep after that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I heard someone crying and then a giant claw tries to take my tent down, I'm not sleeping there tonight. All of those sounds just sounded a little too creepy, and especially being in the woods in the middle of the night alone. But y'all be safe, stay blessed, and don't go into the middle of the woods in Indonesia at night by yourself.
He was telling a Bible story when he's interrupted by a demon. In Roots of Orthodoxy, while Father John was telling the story of the prodigy's son, something interrupts him.
Where's that coming from? Maybe it's woodpeckers. It's either that or the demons. They love to interrupt. And you know what demons really hate is that when you laugh at them and you don't take them seriously and you just say, oh, it's just you. It's just you, goofy, trying to interrupt the telling of one of the greatest stories of parables ever told.
Loud.
One of the greatest stories of parables ever told.
Loud banging sounds can be heard somewhere in the church.
Maybe I'll chase off the demons.
So he investigates.
Be right back. Hey, you guys. Hey, be gone. Be gone.
The banging sounds seem to be coming from a small room in the church.
And don't disturb us anymore.
As Father John doesn't play along, he goes back inside.
All right. The peace of the Lord.
Was the demon trying to interrupt the message? What do you think?
Honestly, this had to be some sort of spiritual encounter because clearly there was nobody there with him and there's this banging sound going on while he's talking about something religious. So it does seem to be some sort of spirit or entity that is against what he's saying, trying to interrupt it. I don't know any other explanation, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
People are eating cats. Yeah, eating cats and dogs. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
And, you know, they're in here eating all our pets. This is insane. You know the Super Bowl ring story?
No.
There was a Super Bowl winner who visited Putin. As he's talking to Putin, Putin asks him to see the ring. He's got the Super Bowl ring. He said something like, you could smash someone's face with this ring, puts it on his finger, and walks away. And then the guy starts going, hey, what the fuck? And Putin's bodyguards put their hand on the guy like, it's over. He asked for it back, and they were like, no.
Chris, please watch over Boston. Daddy's got you, okay? I'll make sure you're okay. I think he'll make sure I'm okay too. Really? Oh my fucking god, I couldn't have timed that any better. I hope those cameras pick that up. That's insane. I feel better. Did you see that, Papa?
The interference of the light happened just at the right time, as if it were her husband letting her know that he is still watching over her and the dogs, even in the afterlife. She also states that her lights have never flickered or done anything like that before, so maybe her husband did visit. Similarly, another woman who recently lost her father is fully convinced that he watches over her and accompanies her at home.
Do it again, Dad. Do it again, Dad. Do it again. Flick the light. Flick the light, Dad. Oh my God. What the?
Could it be that their lost loved ones are interacting with them and communicating through the lights and electronics around the house? Or is it just a strange, unlikely coincidence that the lights failed at the right time? Let me know what you think.
Obviously, all these clips are speculation and we'll never really know the truth until I guess that day comes. Timing on these seems a little bit too perfect for it to be coincidental, so I'm not really too sure. I myself has had, I've definitely had my fair share of experiences of things that are very unexplainable and there's nothing that'll really justify it. But if you guys have any stories of occurrences like this, let me know in the comments and I'm gonna get back to you.
Vení conmigo. No te vayas, vení. Quédate acá. Quédate acá. Deja de ladrar, quédate acá. ¿A dónde estás mirando, Cami? Vení acá, Cami. Vení acá. Andate.
If this is real, some of these evil spirits have such an advantage because, bro, they could really just show up to your door looking scary as hell and there's nothing you could do about it because they'll just pull up to your door and then they'll disappear. Like, no cops can come stop them, nobody. And then you just gotta live with that for the rest of your life. And then they can come back whenever they want. Like, bro, how is that fair? Y'all don't open the door at night, especially if that thing is staring at you. Y'all just be safe out there.
She was recording her dog when this happens. A woman noticed her dog behaving like it was scared of something. Then when she followed it outside, she noticed something creepy.
Look, you guys, it rocks, but then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera. There's like no wind. That's... I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? I know, I don't know why it does that. It does it every time, you guys. This is the third time. I can't believe I caught it on camera. Sick on Blue. Creepy, right? Katie, I guess I do have a ghost, babe. Get him, Blue. I'm shutting the door.
Could it be that the dog could see a spirit sitting in the rocking chair and was afraid? Let me know.
That's... I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? On regarde les étoiles. C'est trop beau. On n'est pas bien là. On n'est pas bien là. Ah. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
You know, I would feel bad for them, but bro, why are you there in the middle of the night anyway, acting like a goofy? Like, it's just kind of common sense to not do that. The fact that there was someone out there, or whatever that was, some sort of spirit or entity chasing them, that's just not good decision making on your end. There's a little something called social awareness, and they clearly do not have it. So my sympathy is not there for them. So yeah, just don't be out in the middle of the road at night.
They were playing games in the dark when they see this. Late one night, two friends were live streaming playing video games when one of them begins to feel a dark sensation coming from the kitchen area. The door opens on its own, then a dark mass moves towards them. But when one of the boys decides to go there and close the door, this happens. The boys are left in total disbelief as the chair moves on its own, where the dark figure was seen passing by.
Honestly, I don't know too much about this clip or the source of this clip, so I don't know if this is just something faked for entertainment, but that's really terrifying. And as you could tell, he went to go close the door, and then some more strange occurrences happened. He moved the chair, and that's where the spirit was seen. I mean, I don't really know if this is real or fake, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments. You know, I'm a big fan of art. Like, I really enjoy real nice modern art, but that is not something I enjoy. That looks terrifying. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Something about that just gives me a eerie feeling that I do not like. So I think it might be time to scrap that painting, because Picasso did not live for this. So yeah.
This is what I was talking about. When we go to American Idol, we put this instead of big music. I was telling them we'll make like a big music note and just put that in there. But like a big thing as it said. So that would be like a real spotlight.
up in here.
Guys, calm down. Let's climb to the top.
Okay, well, guys, that shit right there, just move. Just, oh, fuck that. Oh.
Hey!
Can we put a security set back? Because that just moved. Like that just moved. Like that just moved. I'm not going to break it. That right there just moved. Like it just, oh, no.
It was a very slight movement on the chair, but as you could tell, something did move that in a way that is not possible. I mean, I don't even think wind could have pushed it like that. Obviously, there's a lot of weird occurrences that go on in the world. It's very speculative, and we'll never know. I mean, we will one day, but I don't know when that's going to be. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video, what made you tremble in your boots, and we're going to be on to the next one.
Yo, I have a crazy theory. First off, this is not my theory. Check this out. The whole reason the beef happened with Tupac and P. Diddy and Biggie was because that P. Diddy was lovers with Tupac.
With her because things had been falling down in her new apartment. She didn't believe her at first until the night she spent with her.
Something happens, what to them? You do nothing because there's nothing gonna happen. It's okay. It's okay. Just ignore and don't do anything. Just ignore. Sometimes these things is happening, you know. Maybe it's because we talked about it? Yes, maybe because we talked. Oh my God. Okay, just leave it. Just ignore. Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay, I know it's not your fault. Yes, that's all. I know it's not your fault. Just leave it. Get out! Get out from my house! Okay, Martina, do not freak out a little bit. No, don't freak out. No, it's fine. Okay, we just remember. Okay, let's talk about
If this video is fake, this is very well orchestrated because there is a lot going on here. Obviously, there's a lot of opinions and speculations of how this could have been done or put together. But honestly, I really don't know the backstory behind this clip. So you guys let me know what you think. But it's like, why would you stay there if you knew stuff was going on? Let alone invite someone to your house. Like, obviously, like, I don't think anybody would want to go to someone's haunted house. I mean, maybe some people would, but like, I don't just see paranormal activity going on and I'm like, oh, let me invite my homie over, and then both freak out together. Like, that just makes no sense. But y'all be safe and stay away from any negative energy.
What happens when you jump in a hole that goes all the way through the center of the earth?
So you jump in, you will accelerate until you get to the center. You'll hit peak speed. Now, what happens to you? The hole is all the way through the earth. You will overshoot the middle. And now Earth will slowly slow you down. You are slowing down continuously and in the exact rate that you had sped up going in. So it's the exact undoing of everything that happened en route to the center of the earth. So then you'll come right up to the edge, and unless somebody grabs you, you're gonna fall back down, and you're gonna repeat this forever. And one round trip takes the same amount of time as an orbiting spacecraft. If the space station orbits over your head, you jump in the hole, you go down the other side, you actually see it on the other side.
That's really cool.
Do you know people that know Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, I do. There's many people that feel like he was an agent and that he was trying to compromise people. When he got arrested, the prosecutor, whoever it was that cut him the deal, literally was quoted as saying, I was told he's above my pay grade, and that he was intelligence.
No one seems to know how he
got his money. The $70 million penthouse that he had in Manhattan was given to him.
Right.
Who the gives someone a $70 million house?
Yo, I have a crazy theory. First off, this is not my theory. Check this out. The whole reason the beef happened with Tupac and P. Diddy and Biggie was because that P. Diddy was lovers with Tupac. What? Watch this video. Yeah. Check this out. Why does P. Diddy have a tattoo of Tupac on his chest? He does? P. Diddy has a tattoo of Tupac on his chest. What? I know. It's wild. So a theory goes that there was a falling out of some sort 3 days after Tupac died.
Oh, that's yo.
Why would Diddy get a tattoo of Tupac's skull over his heart?
All the people in the industry know at one time, Pac and Puff was like this.
But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was.
Puff and Tupac was like a couple. Whatever they may have done, and you gotta remember, they was all swingers. It came to the point where him and Pac wasn't cool no more at all.
Here's Combs and Tupac at Sean Combs' birthday party.
A Diddy party.
This is the last time the two would be seen in public together. Something happened between them that night that ended their relationship.
No.
Did Tupac break up with Diddy on Diddy's birthday? Well, less than a month later, Tupac would be shot by his associates. Insiders have speculated that East Coast, West
that's crazy though.
Wait, that's for sure. Let me see. Wait, go back to where it was.
Tattoo over Diddy's heart confirms.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It's a
why
skull.
though?
Wait.
It's a skull with the bandana.
Oh.
Honestly, these people never really gave me good vibes to begin with. Like, yeah, a lot of people like them and a lot of people look up to them, but I just always feel like there's something wrong with people of power and people that have influence. And it's honestly very disturbing what they do behind the scenes. Not saying everybody, but a lot of them have proven to be not very good people. So that's why you need to pay attention to who you're supporting, who you're watching. Your energy is very important. And make sure you guys keep an open mind and really think about what you're doing and who you're watching. So
this is probably one of the craziest conspiracies out there. It states that governments and those in power actively push the most extreme conspiracy theories and theorists so that they would be known and discredited. That way, there would be a stream of thought to dismiss any conspiracy theory as absurd, so that when someone actually discovers a real conspiracy but lacks conclusive evidence, they will say it is a conspiracy. So we will unconsciously discredit them or be even more skeptical of what would be a real conspiracy. If you look at one end of the spectrum, the theories will seem absolutely outrageous. But once you look at the other, it just reads as common sense, like simple science. This is why, when people think conspiracy theory, they jump to like crazy ones. For example, reptilian aliens helping Tupac, or just some celebrity live out his days in Cuba, rather than some theory about wealthy, powerful people, which is what most conspiracies boil down to.
She was driving by a closed-out store when she sees this. A woman named Daniela Mendez was driving by a DQ that's under construction when she noticed the silhouette of a man inside the establishment.
De que está cerrada la Diddy Queen, güey. A ver si hay en construcción. Cállate. Y hay un señor allá adentro. ¿Qué chingados hace ahí, señor? ¿Qué hace ahí? Es un señor con sombrero.
Se ve nada.
Ya no se ve, pero sí se... No.
Ah, no, sí está.
Sí está.
Ah, ese es el velador.
Ay. Un velador no se va a vestir como si fuera, no sé, turista o acapulqueño. No se va a vestir.
Como la muerte, pues está la gente y se va a tener lugar por eso.
What looks like the shadow of a man wearing a hat can be seen, sitting inside. But as Daniela gets closer to figure out who that was.
Señor, ¿qué hace ahí? Es un señor con sombrero. Ya no se ve.
No one's there. The man resembles a supernatural entity known as the Hat Man, a shadow entity known to be seen only by the people it latches onto.
Honestly, this does seem to be some sort of spirit or paranormal activity, because clearly there does seem to be somebody there. Like, you can't really say that's an object that just looks like a person, because you can clearly see the shape. There's no telling what that could be, because it clearly disappears as they get closer to see more. So obviously we're very unsure of what it could be or what it is. I do think it's some sort of spirit or entity, because obviously no one's going to be there after hours, and especially disappearing that fast. So y'all just be safe out there, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
She visited her daughter at hospital when she saw this. A mother named Sandy was staying with her daughter in Phoenix Children's Hospital in Arizona when her daughter suddenly started communicating with something in the room.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird.
Is it you?
Is it me? It's not me.
It's motion sensor. There's no one over there. Okay, do it one more time.
Do it one more time, please.
Okay. One last time.
Okay. So, do it if you're a guy. Turn it on if you're a guy.
No.
So, you're a girl? You're a girl. Are you? So she's a girl.
And just for show, let's see if it comes on right here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Nothing.
Your name starts with a B? Is it Brianna?
Brittany. Is your name Brittany?
Is it Bianca?
That's a weird name.
I don't know. It's what
Came to mind?
Yeah.
Bianca? Are you 5? Are you 6? 7?
8?
9? You're 9? You're 9 years old?
This entity claiming to be a 9-year-old girl named Bianca communicates with her daughter by turning the tap on to answer questions. Everything seemed like a wholesome moment, but all of a sudden the room goes cold and the spirit stops responding.
So she's 9.
You're 9, correct?
Are you still here?
Did you leave us?
She then decides to FaceTime her dad to tell her about what happened. And as she prepares to go home, she asks one final question, if it will come with her. Then this happens.
Are you gonna come with me? You're gonna be with me?
Suddenly the spirit replies to her last question after not responding, letting her know that it will come with her and be with her. Then the tap quickly stops and we see a shadow moving towards her daughter. Her father on the video call said he could hear static on the phone.
What's that noise?
What noise, baby?
Oh, it sounds like static, like on the phone.
Does it? Can you do a screen recording?
I don't know why it sounds like that. It sounds like static here on the phone.
After this, a man in the comments reached out saying his niece matched those details and in this very same hospital, and all her organs were donated. Could it be that Bianca ended up becoming an evil spirit? Or something pretended to be her and has now attached itself to the girl? Let me know.
Okay, but as a parent, how do you let something like this go on? Clearly there is some sort of weird activity going on with your daughter and you just allow her to partake in it, and especially let alone inviting a spirit to the house. That is not a good idea at all, because obviously you don't know what the spirit is. You don't know if it's evil, you don't know if it's good, you don't know anything about it, and it could obviously be lying to you. But you allow your daughter to let it come with you guys. So I mean, I just feel like if something like this was happening, I'll just be careful out there and don't really mess with spirits, because it's not really a good idea.
How about one country you can't even smell like weed?
Really?
You can't even have it in your system.
What country is that?
Norway.
Really? Norway?
0 tolerance.
Norway? For weed?
Yes. I went over there. I had a concert. As soon as I got off stage, we're on a tour bus, and my tour bus driver driving, he just pulled over to the side of the road. We're like, what the f*** pull over for? 2 police officers in a little car get on the bus and come right to me and say, you need to come with us. I'm like, huh? And they tell me, we need to see if you got any in your system. So I pee in the cup, do the show, come back like maybe 6 months later. This time when I come back, they pull me and my cousin over on the side of the road and just draw down on us like, you under arrest. I'm like, damn, I just got here. You had a dirty test last time you was here, you under arrest. Imagine how traumatically shocked I was. I needed to smoke one after that. No.
This video went viral in Brazil of a giant on top of a hill.
Tem cara gigante ali, ó. Fala assim, ó. O pôr do sol não apareceu, mas apareceu um gigante lá no pôr do sol. Olha o tamanho da árvore, galera. Ó, o pôr do sol não apareceu, mas apareceu. Olha aqui. Olha aqui embaixo o tamanho dos caras, ó. Olha o tamanho do pessoal. Olha o cara, olha o cara. Vai voltando. Olha lá. O pôr do sol não apareceu, mas pareceu um gigante. Olha lá, vai. Cadê ele? Vai mais, você aí. Oh, achei que eu tava maluco. Eu também achei, ué. Filmei.
Peraí, tira o som.
Eu quero maior que a árvore. A gente achou que tem um golpe lá, não tem que abrir. Olha lá, ele tá voltando, olha lá, tamanho da árvore.
I would say this is very speculative or edited, but that just looks like a very big person. I don't know what it is. Like, every time I see a video from another part of the world, I see some crazy stuff. Like, I'm not too sure if this is real or fake, but this is actually insane if this is real. And I would not be surprised if it is real. There's probably a lot of stuff out there that we don't see, don't know about, and it's just pushed as fake or we're crazy. I'll just be careful out there. If you see a 13-foot dude just chilling on the hill eating berries, don't say anything to him because you never know.
Go away. Don't come any closer. Oh my God!
I'll see you.
You ain't Johnny. You're a goddamn skinwalker.
Ever since moving into a new home, a man has been hearing strange knocking sounds coming from the front door late at night, but there doesn't ever seem to be anyone there. On one night, this exact thing happens, but something else can be heard. Watch closely.
Ok, escuchen esto. Les estoy grabando esto. Son las 2:33 de la mañana. Y estamos completamente asustados. Sí, por estos sonidos. No sabemos qué esté detrás de la puerta, pero estamos muy asustados. Al parecer no se ve nada. Como pueden ver, a simple vista no es nadie. Pero se siente como que si alguien me vigilara. Ok, les grabo esto para que se den cuenta que esto está pasando casi todos los días. Ok, va de nuevo. What? No manches.
Strange sounds can be heard as well as knocking, but when he opens the door, he sees nothing there. After reviewing the footage, he noticed what looks like a face can be seen hiding around the corner just watching him. The very next night, he sees something utterly terrifying.
Amigos, son las 5 de la mañana. Toda la noche se han escuchado ruidos, lamentos y la verdad no sabemos. No manches, ¿qué fue eso? Ok, vamos. Realmente, amigo, no sabemos. Escuchen, escuchen, escuchen. Increíble, amigos. Es increíble. Escuchen, realmente no.
Ever since opening the door, things have slowly been getting worse. And now on the next night, he starts experiencing strange events inside his home.
Después de lo que pasó anoche, las cosas se están saliendo del control. Es el segundo día desde que abrimos la puerta y esto está pasando el día de hoy. Como pueden ver, siguen molestando. La puerta sigue sonando como que si estuviera alguien detrás de ella. Sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera, pero bueno, aquí vamos. Mire, lluvia. Y no hay nadie. Nuevamente no hay nadie, solamente lluvia. Y vamos a cerrar. Y vamos a ver qué pasa. En el video anterior sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera la puerta, pero bueno, ya. Escuchen, les digo, esto se salió de control y no sé cómo pararlo. No sé cómo va a terminar. No sé cómo va a terminar esto. Esto es realmente traumatizante para mí. Y como les dije ayer, amigos, mire, la televisión. Mire, no sé si alcanzan a ver, no sé si alcanzan a ver que se proyecta una imagen muy extraña. Sí. Mire. Oh, ¿qué fue eso? No manches.
The lights go off on their own and the TV starts to go static before displaying some disturbing imagery. What looks like a demonic face can be seen. Upon realizing this, he immediately runs away from the TV screen. He has no idea what may be lurking around his home, but he found out that the two previous residents moved out for no apparent reason shortly after moving in, and he believes this is why. She woke up at 3 a.m. and saw this. A woman named Cassandra moved into a new house with her boyfriend, and strange things started to happen around the house. On one night, Cassandra is woken up at 3 a.m. to some disturbing sounds. The gate moves by itself and a pale figure in black can be seen just standing there, watching her in the darkness.
Who's that? Who's up there? Who is it? Who is it? Who? Who is it?
I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to say this is fake, but this dude is too young to even know what faking a video is. So I really just think he sees something. I don't know what it is he sees. Obviously we will never know. He probably won't even know. He's probably going to forget. But this should raise a lot of concern and awareness that there might be something out there more than we know. So y'all be safe out there. And
these kind of things can only happen in Ohio. Urban explorer Urbix Hill went to explore a forest in Helltown, Ohio, when he began to hear something hiding in the woods, hunting him. Worried but wanting to explore the whole thing, he kept venturing deeper into the forest and sees this. A pair of glowing eyes can be seen hiding in the dark, watching him. Now this could very well be just a coyote, but judging by Helltown's indigenous past, it's not far out to think that this could be a skinwalker haunting the land.
I don't know much about the history or backstory of this place. If there is a strange occurrence of this sort of thing happening, I would say maybe possibly in some crazy world that it might be a skinwalker, but I really don't know. Maybe it's just some sort of animal that's stalking him. But then again, this is not the type of thing you should be doing at night with your time. You should be in bed sleeping, waking up the next day to do not this, just anything but be out in the middle of the woods by yourself. That's just not the good idea. So y'all be safe out there, stay safe, stay blessed, and don't get eaten by a skinwalker.
This strange video was captured in a small town in Romania. Everyone knows each other since the town is too small, but the owner of this surveillance camera never seen that person before. This man was looking outside his window when something strange caught his attention and started to record with his phone.
I mean, it doesn't really look too windy outside, so this is kind of creepy because it just looks like a bunch of balloons flinging in circles, which is very odd, obviously, in the middle of the night that there's just random balloons going crazy. But y'all let me know what you think it is because I really don't know.
Home alone and at night, never a good idea. This was captured in a school gym late at night.
Bro, what the fuck?
No, I didn't even touch it.
How does it fall like that?
I don't know, bro.
If you see this staring at you, don't look back at it. A haunting video was posted by urban explorer Michael Descalzos, where him and his friends can be seen exploring an old neighborhood in El Salvador full of buses when they notice one of the abandoned truck's backlight turned on its own. Miren. Ten sentido, Seeing no one inside the bus, they get scared and start walking away.
No mames. Miren.
But as they're making their way out, they see this ominous looking shadow figure right in front of the buses, watching them. Shadow figures or shadow people are believed to be a form of spirit or entity manifested onto a patch of shadow as seen in this video. And by the way, it's just standing there in the dark watching them. It's safe to say this can't be a good sign.
Thankfully, I've never seen one of these things in my life. Hopefully y'all have it too, but if you have, let me know your story in the comments. I'm actually interested to know. But this is why you guys really need to be careful where you go. You never know what could be around you, what could be watching you, what could be stalking you. You know, it's just not a good idea to be in an environment by yourself that's very dark. So y'all be safe, be blessed, and don't mess with the shadow people.
Misty Blanchin caught this scary looking entity looking at her from an old thrift store mirror. Alcee, while looking through her old photos, never noticed this ghostly figure reaching for her. You can make out its glowing eyes and even the entity's hair. Miss Florab posted this video of an investigation of a deserted old house that was supposedly haunted. When got to the top of the stairs, they caught this apparition of a little girl shutting a door.
Oh, there's even more damage. Like now things are peeling off the walls. Everything up here, I mean, it's just disgusting. I don't know when the house more alive. Look at there's holes in the walls up here. It's just.
Slowed down, you can see the entity open and then close the door. At a funeral of her husband, a picture was taken of her children and her of them all together for the last time. Then after reviewing the photo, they noticed his ghost was watching them. May 30th, 2024, a trucker picking up equipment at an industrial site near Sunchild First Nation Reservation, northwest of Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada, spots a large upright beast standing at the edge of a bunch of trees. The trucker did not see the beast until he was out of the truck walking toward the equipment. He quickly ran back to his truck and drove off. Zoomed in and brighten up, you can see the Bigfoot-looking creature. Notice how tall it is compared to the trees. Estimates say the creature is standing 11 to 13 feet tall.
If you are from Ecuador, you might have heard about La Dama Tapada, or the Covered Lady. She was a mysterious figure who appeared only to men wandering the city streets alone at midnight. She would manifest a few meters ahead, captivating them with her beauty and a sweet fragrance. Her face was hidden behind a veil, adding to her allure, and no man could resist following her. The distance between her and her followers remained constant, with the men oblivious to the fact that no one else could see her. After leading them through the dark streets, she would stop and say, "You see me as I am. Now, if you wish to follow me, follow me." She would briefly lift her veil, revealing a breathtakingly beautiful face, only to have it transform into a grotesque, decaying skull. The men, paralyzed by terror, would be left trembling and drenched in cold sweat.
It's crazy how there's a spirit or entity out there that takes advantage of men being down bad and uses it to her advantage. Because honestly, anybody walking into this trap, you kind of just deserve what's coming to you. Because one, you shouldn't be following a woman at the middle of the night anyway, because that's just weird. Like, that's just not something you should do. Even if you are trying to poach someone, you should not be walking behind them at night. That's really creepy. So if you do get yourself into this situation, I don't really feel bad for you because you're pretty weird anyway. But this is why you guys need to be safe at night. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your your boots, and we're going to be on to the next one.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGenerate. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it.
If you get invited to a Diddy party, you don't go.
That's just one person in the music industry. Imagine the film industry, pro sports industry, corporate oil industry, big tobacco industry. You name the industry, the rule of thumb at CIA is that every time you catch a mole, you have to assume there's two more. So when you catch a mole, a penetration inside your agency, when you catch a Robert Hansen, an Aldrich Ames, a Jerry Lee, you have to assume there's at least two more. Because the one that you got in, the one that was there, is the one that you caught. And the one that you caught, whoever's handling them is running at least two so that they can always have informants about the other. So if we caught one from the music industry, there's probably two more. Rich people are connected to other rich people. They have rich people problems, which average people can't even fucking conceptualize. And to your government intelligence services, why would you talk to a normal fucking person when you could always get your ass in front of a politician, a famous musician, an actor? It's not hard to get in front of one of those people when you are an intelligence officer. And those people are guaranteed to have access to information that can be useful in your own endeavors to collect and manipulate and influence foreign countries, foreign elections, foreign media.
The darkest conspiracy theories ever. The Bob Ross theory. Bob Ross was a famous painter on television. The theory claims that Bob Ross is actually a serial killer because of one of his paintings. It's called Happy Little Accidents, which depicts an exact crime scene where 5 found. What do you think about this theory?
Philippines, you might recognize this name, but do you know the story behind it? It all began in April 2017 when a photo linked to the name Lucia Joaquin started circulating on social media. The original tale was shared by Enzo Cruz, recounting his eerie experience with her. One night, I woke up and went to the bathroom. Afterward, I returned to my room, hoping to fall back asleep. Minutes passed, but sleep still eluded me, so I decided to browse Facebook to pass the time. While scrolling, a message popped up from a woman named Lucia Joaquin. We started chatting, and she asked why I was still awake. I explained that I was just trying to put myself to sleep by going online. Her response was unsettling. Maybe you're awake because someone woke you up? Feeling a bit uneasy, I checked her profile. Oddly, it was almost empty, with a dark profile picture. Despite the strange vibes, we continued messaging. At one point, Lucia suggested we take a picture together since we were now Facebook friends. Moments later, my other phone, lying nearby, vibrated, and the camera flashed. When I checked my messages, there was nothing. We kept talking, and she asked me to guess her age. I replied that it was hard to tell from her dark profile picture. She said she'd upload a new photo. When I refreshed her profile, my blood ran cold. The new picture was of her, smiling and lying right beside me on the bed.
This is my first time hearing about this specific story, but I do remember something like this going around when I was younger and I was in school, and all my friends would be sending around some weird scary picture with a message behind it saying send this to your friends. As much as they were creepy and I did feel like there was a lot of bad energy from them, I really did not believe any of it to be true. Hopefully it's not true, because if this happens to anybody, this is terrifying. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend participating in any of this stuff. But I don't know why this dude engaged in this conversation before looking at her profile. I feel like that's one thing everybody does. I feel like if someone messages you, the first thing you do is look at who it is and what they post and kind of like just get a vibe or a feel for them. But y'all just be safe out there.
A man who lives next to a haunted house was looking out the window one day when he sees this. A man named Adam explains that ever since he can remember, there's been this haunted looking house next door that's been on sale for years now. One day, as Adam is home alone relaxing in the living room, by the house's window, he sees something straight out of a nightmare. By the window, the ghastly figure of a girl with long black hair can be seen inside the vacant house. What's most disturbing about the footage is what's standing behind her. The massive silhouette of a dark figure is seen, watching the man. If the house has been vacant for so long, just who or what was that?
This clip was 10 times scarier once I noticed what was behind her. I really only seen the girl, and that's when I was like, okay, that's not normal. She does not look, she looks very human-like, but also seems like a spirit. But then you see the thing behind her, which makes it 10 times scarier. Obviously, they're staring back at this guy while he's recording, so if this is real, honestly, I would suggest moving to a new house, because no thank you. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. You gotta be careful, stay safe, stay blessed, and y'all just don't be neighbors with a ghost. So
conspiracy theories that will change your perspective on life. The last one is the most shocking. The Big Bounce theory. It states that if the Big Bang occurred from nothing, then there will be no changing fact the next time the universe is created. This means that when our universe ends and another is created, it will be created in the exact same way with the exact same galaxies, planets, and species. If this is true, our entire universe is in an endless cycle of creating and destroying itself, and you will be born into every universe endlessly. You can actually see who blocks you on TikTok. It's the first person that appears when you click share and more. The real reason Apple removed the headphone jack was to try to remove Square Pay systems as a competitor for Apple Pay. Ancestry DNA and the rest of those Ancestry websites are run by the government to have access to people's DNA across reference crimes, etc. The food we have been eating in the United States is a huge part of the mental illness going on today. Like and follow for more interesting yet mind-bending conspiracies.
The Great Pyramid, over 2 million blocks of stone, and nobody realized that they're all different 2 million blocks. Each individual stone is totally different from the other one. Now you have to take into consideration the subterranean part of the Great Pyramid, like the subterranean shaft, which cuts through solid stone and goes down 65 meters. How in the world did they cut that through solid stones that were already stacked? Some type of a laser cutting tool. Mud ramp theory, the floating theory is a farce. You can't float these stones. What are you displacing mass with for that level of mass in water? Highly unlikely that they would be able to displace that much mass to keep them floating. Once you start really analyzing the stones, the structures, the way that they're interlocked, you see there's an interlocking design system. And each stone is custom made to be put in place, which means it needs to be created at the moment that it's needed. How do you do that? How you're gonna get this stone up this mud ramp or float it up into this area and then put it into a spot that it doesn't really fit? Oh, I made a mistake, it doesn't go here. Doesn't make any sense.
Focus. That's it right. Ah! What the? Bro. What the? Focus. That's it right. Ah! What the? Bro. What the?
I think we reacted to this clip in another video, but I'm gonna leave it in because this is a more clear image. In the last video, it sort of looked like a shadow that was in front of the window rather than the curtain moving, but you can clearly see the curtain or the blinds is being pulled up, which is really terrifying, obviously. And in the last backstory, it said that this place has been abandoned and there's no one there, which makes this 10 times scarier. So y'all let me know what you think.
All right, we're at Subway at Memorial Hospital. and there's been reports of ghost activity. Maybe we'll get lucky and capture a ghost. Oh, it's the ghost of a little girl. Oh my god, there she was.
The following video is from a woman named Tamara Lynn. And what I can tell you is this is not police emergency vehicles. These are not firefighters. These are not EMTs. It's truly an unidentified object she captured the back of her home. The interesting part about this is when you watch the video, the sound that emits from it. It's not a normal vehicle sound. I have no information for you on where this was taken, how it happened. It's literally left up to you to wonder on what's going on here. I can tell you that this was posted on June 25th, 2024. She has not posted anything else, nor has she commented or explained what's going on. It's almost as she's gone dark. Take a look at this video and tell me what you think this could be.
For fear that you'll lose yourself in their expectations of you.
Well, I've felt that way for a long time. And then I see my big face on that movie screen with no makeup on and my natural hair color, and I'm like, oh, I just gave it away. I mean, you know, I have always liked shapeshift.
Right.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGenerate. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
I was in Capitol Hill with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson took me there because he wanted the world to know that the cure of AIDS was found. The first thing he did was to make the biggest mistake. He called Elizabeth Taylor. And I swear up until this day, I don't know why he called Elizabeth Taylor. Because she's not the most credible individual that I know of. Because when she responded, and I knew that she was going to respond in the manner in which she did, Michael told her that I had the cure for AIDS. She told Michael that I need to give it away for free. Yet, the same woman had donated millions of dollars to the AIDS Foundation that has not cured anything. But I was supposed to give mine away for free. So when I got to D.C., because Michael was going to give the African a present, but I knew that Michael didn't know what he was doing. He meant that in good faith.
Holy shit. There's a whole bunch of witches right in front of the witch's tomb. There's like, what? There's a bunch of people. I don't know how much more is over there, but I'm not going over there.
Taking care of a lady who's bedridden when she sees this. A caregiver by the name Hillary has been documenting her experience taking care of a bedridden elderly woman. Other than hearing the woman sleep talk, everything seemed fairly normal. Until one night as Laura fell asleep watching TV, her phone's camera accidentally turned on and captured this.
I'm not too sure what's really the cause of this strange activity, because obviously as people get older they start to develop problems, so I never really know what's going on in someone's life. So that's why I'm not too sure, but this is still really creepy. Even if she does have something wrong, this is pretty unusual activity and behavior. I don't know, I would be very scared if this was my job or this is what I did. I mean, obviously there's people out there that take one for the team and really look out for these people, so props to them, but I don't know if I could do it. This one is very terrifying because, as you could tell, he said this is the room that she had passed away in, and as he walks out, in the bed there is some sort of dark shadow figure laying on the bed. I'm not too sure if that's where that took place, but honestly it would make sense because clearly there's some sort of spirit that is laying there. I don't know, this is really, if this is real, this is terrifying. So maybe it could be his grandma, maybe it could be something else, we'll never know.
Yeah, for Stan. I won't break them. Michelle's getting like really good at the drums. So you might have some competition when you get back. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Okay, there's nobody here, right? Nobody here. What is that? Because it is not me. This is me leaving, closing the door. What the fuck is that?
Ooh. Hey, hon. Come here. Look.
I don't think it's just down here. Look at that. This is the most active during the day that I've... Oh, there goes the Xbox too.
This TikTok user called Saviour is doing a video diary to her mom through TikTok. She just moved into a new place with her new partner. Take a look, I don't think they're alone.
I know you said to send you more videos, so here I am. I miss you guys. I miss California, but Ohio's good, I guess. Kind of boring. Eli's working really late tonight, so I'm here by myself for a while. Wanted to show you the new puzzle I'm working on. Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this. Mom, I gotta go. Mom, sorry about that last video. I have no idea what that was. I think maybe my book fell off of my shelf, but who knows? I just wanted to show you my room. This is the bedding I got. This is the duvet that I grabbed from the house. There's all my books that I could not fit on that shelf. Hey Mom, as you probably saw in the last video, some really weird stuff has been happening around here. Like, I keep hearing like random noises. I don't want to freak you out. I mean, I'm not that worried about it. I mean, it's kind of freaky. But anyways, on a lighter note, I wanted to show you the kitchen. There's the oven. It's kind of whack, but I put the nice towel that you sent me. Thank you.
This video honestly just seems very orchestrated and fake because she keeps just like starting the video, then something weird happens, starting another video, then something weird happens. Like, I feel like this is just kind of set up and it's not real. I don't really know the backstory behind this. Well, it does say that she's sending it to her mom, but I don't know. This just seems like a very attention grabbing type of thing.
There's a lot of shit on P. Diddy being connected to a lot of people's deaths. So recently, there's been an investigation going on and the theories that P. Diddy has connections to Michael Jackson's death. No way. And it's known that he hates the industry. There was a video of him at an award ceremony. They try to fuck up his career because Michael Jackson basically owned over 50% of Sony Records.
These guys work really hard at their craft. The companies take advantage of them. They never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. I own half of Sony's publishing and I'm leaving them. They're very angry at me because of it, but
how is this connected to P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy, he had a head of security, was a guy that any employees that P. Diddy has, if you ever get pulled over in California or in Miami, to call this guy, Fahim, and he'll take care of it. He'll make any problem, any police trouble disappear. So he has power in the police. Michael Jackson died in 2009. That guy, Fahim, in 2008, he graduated from college. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in real estate and business and had no experience in security or anything like that. So how is a guy who just graduated college the head of security already for Michael Jackson, the biggest music artist of all time? Because he was there at Michael Jackson's testimony and he was the second person on the scene.
Que se haya quedado atrapado aquí, le pedimos que se manifieste.
Hoy.
¿Hay alguien aquí? ¡Háblanos! ¡Mira!
Obviously a ton of conspiracies about Michael Jackson, but in my opinion one of the most interesting ones, if not a little ridiculous, is that this is what he actually looked like. Hear me out. On January 27, 1984, Michael Jackson was shooting a Pepsi commercial at LA's Shrine Auditorium. Everything was going great until the sixth take when the pyrotechnics malfunctioned, causing it to be engulfed by a fireball on camera in front of 3,000 fans. Now, he likely couldn't feel it at first, but as he made his way down the stairs onto the stage, it didn't take long for the stagehands to realize he was on fire. Aaron Faye, his hair and makeup artist at the time, said, quote, "This was someone I knew and he was on fire. By the time I got to him, all of his hair was gone and there was smoke coming out of his head." According to the hospital, Michael suffered second and third degree burns across his head and face. In 1992, the music video director that was filming his tour, Rudy Dolezal, was told that Jackson refused to appear on camera on days that he wasn't performing because on those days he didn't have a nose. Rudy went on to tell the New York Post that Jackson needed a prosthetic nose that took hours to put on using makeup and putty. In 2002, rumors were running rampant in the tabloids that what was left of Jackson's nose cartilage had completely collapsed. So what's the conspiracy, man? I couldn't figure out what it was used for, but there is footage of Michael Jackson being made up to look like an old man using makeup and prosthetics, and it's very convincing. Then there's also this Akon interview where Akon describes going to the movies with Michael Jackson and being shocked when he got there and a complete stranger walked up to him and started talking in Michael's voice because it was Michael, but he was absolutely unrecognizable. The theory being that nobody really knew what Michael Jackson looked like anymore because the Michael Jackson that was famous was just a mask. Now this is a real man named Dave. A victim of horrible burns when he was young, and Michael Jackson just kind of took an interest in him and took care of him. So at first when I was reading about this, I was like, okay, case closed, that's a different guy. But the theory points out that Dave suddenly became a lot more public and his appearance kind of changed after Michael Jackson's death, insinuating that Jackson didn't pass away in 2009 but instead resumed living under various assumed identities, easily fooling the world because nobody had really known what he looked like since the 80s. The link in my bio to watch hours of conspiracy theory content on my YouTube, and have a great weekend.
This security guard has been stalked by something that he calls a demon. This has been happening since the day he started working there, which was 2 months before this was recorded. He decided to put a camera in front of the door, which mostly of the noises come from. No one is allowed to open that door for unknown reasons.
E.G. works as a security guard for a private company facility. Recently, he has been hearing strange things at his workplace, and it even followed him back home. On one night, he's stuck on the night shift at around 3:30 a.m. when he hears something chilling.
Jadi aku tadi lagi patroli. Ini sekitar jam 2:30. Jadi aku tuh ada dengar suara-suara tuh dari sini. Sumpah, kalian dengar ya, kalian dengar. Dengar kan? Sumpah badan ini dikunci. Kalau malam ini dikunci. Astagfirullah. Dengar kan? Ini asli loh. Udah jam 2:30. Anjay. Uy, siapa uy? Astagfirullahaladzim. Kalian nengok. Anjay.
After hearing strange sounds coming from all around and finding nothing there, he then notices what looks like a dark figure sitting on top of a small building swinging its leg. And as he runs away, a girl can be heard laughing. Ichi is a little shaken up and leaves the premises for a bit to regain his composure. Until we get more updates, this one remains a mystery.
This is a creepy ass video. It comes from somewhere in Mexico. If you believe in witches and black magic, I want to know what you think about this.
¿Eres una bruja? Dime si o no eres una bruja. No. Entonces, ¿qué eres? ¿Estás segura si eres o no eres? ¿No eres una bruja? Entonces vete, vuela. Vete de aquí. Vete. Si eres una bruja. ¿Eres o no eres? ¿Estás segura que eres o no eres una bruja? ¿Y si te agarramos? ¿Quieres que te agarremos? ¿Te llevamos? ¿Te llevamos? ¿Eres o no eres una bruja? ¿No?
In some Mexican traditions, owls are directly associated with witches, known as brujas. It's believed that these witches can shapeshift into owls to fly around at night, spying on people or casting spells. The appearance of an owl near a home is sometimes feared as a sign that a bruja is near, especially if the owl behaves unusually.
Vete, vuela. Vete de aquí. Vete. Si eres una bruja. ¿Eres o no eres?
There it is. It's my first time doing something like this.
He saw there was a fire in an abandoned hospital, but as he decides to record, he captures this. A man named Mario from Mexico was working near an abandoned hospital that recently had caught fire. As the man waits for the fire department, he decides to record the moment and sees this. The figure of a man is seen watching Mario as it stands there in the burning room, then hides. Given the fact that the room caught a blaze, it's unlikely someone could just simply stand in the room like that. For this reason, Mario believes he might have captured the spirit of a previous patient, watching him from the afterlife.
This one is very subjective and everyone could have their own opinion to this, but honestly, I don't know what you guys are seeing, but I am seeing a person inside of that. It looks like there is a figure standing inside of those flames. Whether or not you believe in this stuff, what other explanation is there? I mean, yeah, this could possibly be edited, but if this is proven to not be edited, this is actually really terrifying, and who knows what really is out there in this world. So, and judging by it sitting in a fire, I don't think it seems to be too good of a spirit. So I don't know, a lot of these ghost videos are hard to decipher and tell what's really going on, but this one seems very clear to me. If it's not edited, this might be onto something.
I have a new technology alert for you, and this one's going to blow you away. It's actually causing some controversy. So this was first created by Amazon and released in 2023, and basically what it is checking out buying your purchases with your handprint. Literally, the machine scans your handprint, basically links it to your Amazon account, and debits your card. Now, where the controversy is coming in, a lot of people don't like it because they think it's a sign of the times, signs from Revelations and dealing with the mark of the beast. Just a side note, there's nothing embedded in your skin. There's no, number tattooed on you. It's literally just your handprint. But take a look at this and tell me how you feel about this, because this is starting to be released to stores associated with Amazon throughout the U.S. Tell me what you think.
Saying that you don't gotta use no credit card or nothing to pay for this water right here. Wait a minute. Vodka accepted. Select payment. Accepted. What barcode on? Wait a minute.
If these stories are true and this does line up, that's actually really creepy that these random figures and people are showing up in these pictures, because what other explanation could that be? They clearly were not there, so it has to be something out of this world or spiritual. And honestly, like, maybe they do already know and just haven't told us. I guess one day we will find out.
Giants, are they merely the stuff of legend, or is there more to the tales? This footage might just sway your opinion. Did you see that? A colossal figure sprints across the road, towering abnormally high, reaching halfway up the trees. Humanoid, yes, but with staggering size and an unsettling gait. This isn't the friendly giant of childhood stories. This is nightmare fuel. Imagine the sheer terror of the driver, witnessing this behemoth emerge from the darkness. The clip is a chilling reminder that sometimes the most horrifying creatures aren't figments of our imaginations. They're very real. Maybe double check those car door locks before your next journey.
Creepy things have been known to take place in playgrounds after dark. In the city of San Nicolas de los Garza, in Nuevo León, Mexico, Blanca Hernandez captured something very creepy on film. She and her husband took their daughter to play at a park that had been many times before, but this time was different. Watch closely as a little pale face appears at the top of the slide behind her daughter. It's there for a second and then disappears back into the darkness. Blanca filmed this video in July of 2021. She swears they were the only ones in the park at the time. She didn't even know if she should share it to social media. She says every time she sees the video, it makes her skin crawl.
A lot of people are going to say this one's for attention, but I genuinely do believe there's something was at the top of the slide, because why would anybody fake this? I get it, yeah, maybe some attention, some popularity, whatever, but this is just a mom hanging out with her kid, and there's some creepy figure behind there. And obviously, maybe she's just putting it out for awareness rather than just trying to get some attention, but I don't know, bro. Y'all need to be careful, especially around people you love, because you never know what could be out there trying to hurt them, harm them. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots, and we're going to be on to the next one.